Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Wednesday, April 18th, 2012. There's a lot to cover, so let's get right into the charts here. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that they are trading lower this morning by about 2 points, right to around 1381.50. Again, futures have come off the lows of the day. That tells us one thing: the U.S. dollar index is probably starting to fade, and sure enough, that is the case. This morning, the U.S. dollar index is trading higher. However, it is starting to pull back now. Once the dollar pulls back close to the opening bell, the futures usually will take their key and start to rally higher. That's the S&P futures that I'm talking about. But here you see the dollar has pulled back. If we flip over to the futures chart again, you'll see that the futures have rallied up a little bit. So again, we'll watch today and see how it plays out. There's a lot going on in this market. Couple of things I want to point out right off the bat. Very, very important to note. One is the European markets this morning are coming under some pressure. You have the German DAX down about 1%, CAC 40s down 1.5%. You have Italy down 2.3%, and Spain is down 3%. So right away off the bat, yesterday the European markets were flying. Today they're reversing all of those moves. So that tells us we could be in for a very volatile trading session here in the U.S. today. So keep that in mind. Now, last night in Asia, all of the Asian markets were very, very strong. The leaders were the Nikkei, which was up over 2%, and the Shanghai, which was up 1.97%, just under 2%. So keep that in mind. Asia was very strong last night. Therefore, if the U.S. markets hold up today, watch those Asian ADRs. They're going to be very strong today. If the U.S. markets are not strong today, be very, very careful. The Asian ADRs probably will not do very much, and that's something worth noting. Now, we do have in the markets today oil basically flat, trading right around the 104 area on light sweet crude, and then you have gold, which is down about 7 points. You can take a look at the GLD here today. You'll see it's trading right at 159.65, just off the morning lows, but nonetheless still pretty weak on the session. USO, which is United States Oil Fund, let me just get rid of these lines here. You'll see it's basically flat today, trading right around 39.64, and that's exactly where it closed last night. Now, a couple of things that we want to talk about today is because we have a host of different stocks that reported earnings yesterday and this morning. So let's try to get through a few of those and see what we have out there. We're going to start off the list with IBM. That's the biggest Dow Jones component in the world. You'll see here IBM is trading a little bit lower on the session to around 203. Stock closed at 207. Traders should watch for some short-term support right around the 198 level, 197.90, right in that vicinity. One thing I want to point out, though, this is a strong gap down, so that level may not last very long. And if IBM comes under pressure, it could trade down to 194, even as low as 190 if it does break down. I don't know if it will do that, but I'm just giving you a heads up on those levels. So just watch IBM. But first decent line of defense here, in my opinion, is going to be around the 198, 197.90 level. It has not taken out the 202 level, which is also a daily chart support area. Just below that, you have the 50 moving average on the daily chart at $200.80. There will be some support there, but that level usually will get pierced. So again, watch IBM. I think the best level for IBM is around the 198 area. Okay? After that, you're going to look at 194, and then 190. All right, let's move on to CRE. This is the leading LED maker. You've all seen LED lighting. Again, this stock is trading up a little bit, trading around off the lows, I should say, but it's ultimately trading lower from yesterday's close, but it's trading off the lows. Again, CRE has very good support around the $28.80 level. Maybe it's a little bit lower, $28.50, but watch that $28 area. That's a big line of defense for support. If that area breaks, traders should watch $26.50 and $25. All of those levels should give bounces. Okay, so watch CRE at those levels if it does trade down there. Let's take a look at Intel. Intel, leading chip maker. This stock to this morning is trading at $27.70 after closing at $28.47. It is trading down. There is a lot of support around $27. A lot. 27 to 27.14. There's very good support. The stock breaks there. You're going to look at $26.30. Then you're going to go lower to $25.11 if it breaks down further. I'm not sure it gets there, but just in case it does, and ultimately around the 24.20 level. I don't think that happens, but hey, you never know what can happen out there, especially during an options expiration trading week. So again, you're going to look at $26.30. You're going to look at $25.11. Those are the respective short-term levels. All those levels could give you some intraday bounces. Let's take a look at Yahoo. I don't know if there's much to say about Yahoo, but the stock is trading at $15.36. It's trading up a little bit. I just don't see the stock getting any higher than 1560, 1565. That would be max move to the upside. After that, I just don't see much upside from there. But it's a decent gap up. It's decent strength. Nothing wrong with it. It's going to have a tough time to get through 1560 though. If it does that, then the stock's free to go to $16. I'm not sure that happens. But either way, decent little gap up, but nothing that powerful for Yahoo. Let's take a look at BlackRock. I didn't check this one yet, but I see it did have earnings. Stock is basically flatlining here, right around the 201.81. We'll leave it at that. I'm not going to make much more out of that, but that is the financial stock that rarely gets looked at. Let's take a look at Halliburton. I believe they had earnings this morning. The stock is trading up to 33.40. Good little move. It's not a real strong gap or a real weak gap. It's more of a neutral gap up. So again, watch $34. If it could get through there, it might even go to 34.80, 35.61. Those would be the respective levels. I don't see the stock getting through the 35.60 area at all. But in any case, 34 bucks would be, next decent short-term resistance point. But it's a neutral gap up, so it could have some strength. Let's take a look at Berkshire B. This is Berkshire Hathaway, the B shares. We're going to just look at the B shares today because this is more common for the regular people. Berkshire A stock is just too highly priced. But either way, Berkshire B, Warren Buffett was diagnosed, I think, with stage 1 prostate cancer last night. The report came out. Stock's holding firm at 80 bucks. It has a lot of support at 79. So that's what traders should watch right now. $79, in my opinion, is a pretty big support level. If the stock breaks 79, this is very, very important. If the stock breaks through the $79 level on today with some velocity, traders should watch for a short-term support around 78, and then ultimately all the way down to 76. So keep those levels on your charts. That's what you want to look for today with Berkshire B. Let's take a look at Seagate. Company reported earnings. I see the stock is trading right around 28.81. That's just up a little bit. The gap up is not that strong, so the stock has a chance to hold. It's in an uptrend. It's coming off of a base, so it has a chance to hold, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of strength here. If it does fall, you're going to watch the $24.79 level, then a little bit lower at $23.66, and then all the way down to $21.34. But it's not that strong of a gap up, even though it is trading higher this morning. It's not a great fade either. It's going to be a tough call here, but sometimes you get those gaps that are just not that easy. A couple of other stocks I just want to go over quickly. This SXCI, I'm not sure if this was a takeover or what the deal was, or they took somebody over. I got to really read that news. I didn't really check it out. But nice pop for the stock. It's overbought. So remember, this here could be a fade candidate if this is not a takeover. That's SXCI, SXC Health Solutions. Okay, I believe the other company involved in this is CHSI. I think this company may have been the one taken over. So just realized that. This is also too overcooked. So again, but I think this is the company that's being bought out. So you wouldn't want to do anything with this one. But the SXCI, which is trading up on that news, this could be a fade candidate. Okay, way overdone. I don't see this thing. Really shouldn't be trading over 90 in my opinion. But hey, it's a thin stock, and that's how these moves go. But this could be a fade. But be a little bit careful because it is a very thin stock. Very, very low volume each and every day that's trading on the name. Okay, that's about it. My voice is shot today. Forgive me. Hopefully I'll get it back by the weekend. But either way, that's what we're looking at this morning. Pretty active morning. Right now, futures are moving a little bit lower, down $3.75. Like I said earlier, Italy, Spain, France, even Germany, they're all in trouble today. They're all moving lower. That could affect our markets. Watch the U.S. dollar index. Dollar goes up, the market goes down, and that's the bottom line. I'll leave it there today. Everyone, have a great trading day. We'll see you on the charts tomorrow.